Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's only me again, and guess what? I'm back. I've had about 3 weeks off now from metal detecting and recording videos and things like that. Had a nice summer break over the holidays, a bit of holiday as well as just some general time off really, just to sort of get my bearings and to recharge a little bit. But I am now back and I am itching to get back out detecting. I'm itching to get into the fields and yeah, it's been a long time coming. So today I'm actually in an old permission of mine. I've been coming in this permission now for roughly 8 years or so. I haven't been in for a few years, but when I've been in this permission before, I've been lucky enough to find the odd sort of good bits. And these date range from, you know, anything Roman to medieval to relatively modern stuff. And I've had coins, rings, lots of jewellery, as well as some sort of random brooches and things like that. Quite a few horse tack bits as well. So again, hopefully we should get some nice bits in today's video, guys. Stay tuned. Everything that comes out of the ground you're going to see first. You're going to come along with me for the day. That leaves me to say thank you very much for watching my videos as always. As I said before, there's plenty more to come, so hit subscribe if you like them, and of course if you want to see me come back to this permission, hit a thumbs up, and that just means that I know you like it. That's enough talking for now. It's a glorious sunny blue day on a Sunday. Let's do some detecting. I'll see you on the first hole. Okay, so I've just had my very first target of the day, and oh, do you know what? I honestly thought this was going to be something really special because I saw the corner of it poking out, and then when I sort of pulled it out a little bit more, I noticed the hole in the middle, so it can only really be a washer. This is a lead washer, unfortunately, so yeah, no historic value, otherwise known as junk. That's going to go in the bag and go in the lead bucket. Okay, so not too far on from that very first target, had another one. This one sounded absolutely brilliant, but of course it's just a squeezy tube. Now these things are made of aluminium, and the farmers used to use these to put them on the cows' udders to stop them from getting infected. They were used for hundreds, well, not about 100 years I think, and then they were just thrown into the ground, and over time the ploughs just dragged them absolutely everywhere. But you've got to dig these targets because they do sound incredibly good, but unfortunately this one is just a squeezy tube. So I've had another target, but unfortunately this is just an old shotgun cap. Yeah, it's quite an old one. It's one of the old sort of copper ones. I think they make them more from brass now, or that could possibly be the other way around, but yeah, only the old ones really give a good signal. The new ones tend to disintegrate because of the amount of sort of iron and bad metals in them. But oh well, a shotgun cap. Okay, you hear that one, guys? Coming in at around 85, 87. but the XY screen is it's diagonal, it's just all over the place. There's about 3 of them. So it's probably likely to be more sort of aluminium or something like that. But we've got to give it a go. You're not going to know until you dig it, so let's find out and see if we can figure out what it is. Okay, so we've actually got the target. Well, the good news is it's definitely not aluminium. It appears to be some type of copper pipe. Now, I couldn't tell you what this was used for. It doesn't look like the sort of stereotypical old copper pipe that you would use for water. It seems to have a threaded end on one side there. So maybe this was once part of some kind of pipe or something like that. But it's pretty broken now, as you can tell. I don't really think it's anything of historic interest or value, so I'll put that one in the bag. But yeah, I'm kind of glad I dug that, really, because, as I say, it was an absolutely cracking signal, but I wasn't too sure that it was going to be actually anything good. But there we go, just a piece of copper pipe. Let's push on, see what else we can get. Okay guys, so been in the field now for 25 minutes, something like that. Just been walking up and down this one little strip here and came across this just super loud signal. It was almost like the overload signal that your metal detector gives you when it detects something that's just massive and so conductive. So I scratched around a little bit and literally it was just below the surface, and this tiny little sort of container has just poked out. Come and have a look. Okay guys, so here it is. This is what literally has just poked out of the surface. It must have been about 1 inch below this plough soil. So yeah, how it survived here, I don't know, but let's pull it out and have a little look together. So on first inspections, it looks like an aluminium tin. Is there anything inside of it? It does rattle a little bit. Maybe it's a tobacco tin or something like that. So it does say, I'm just trying to clean the lid off just to see if there's any writing on the top. But on the bottom here, I don't know if you can see that, it does say England. It says England just there. So obviously an English-made tin. But for all our sins, let's open it up. Hopefully nothing bad comes out of here, or I let loose a horrible genie or something. There you go. So it is actually just a little tobacco tin with some tobacco still left in it and some cigarette papers. So I wouldn't like to smoke that tobacco because it's all very, very, very old. But yeah, somebody's lost their little tobacco tin and I've come along and found it. So there we go guys, not a bad little find. I'll show that to the farmer actually, see if he knows anything about it. Oh wow guys, so still on the same strip as I was when I found that tobacco tin. Just a little bit closer to the top of the field now, and I've had this little target down here. Certainly wasn't a clean target, this one. Probably about 4 inches down, something like that. Now I think I've just found a lovely little medieval hammered coin. Okay, so here is the little coin that I've just found. And you can see really, really thin. It's the perfect size for a sort of medieval penny. Oh, just dropped it. Medieval penny, something like that. But obviously I don't know what it is because it's absolutely caked in mud. So I'm going to give it a quick clean and then we can see what it is together. But I am pretty much 99% sure that this is going to be a lovely little sort of 13th, maybe 14th century medieval penny. Let's clean it up. Okay guys, so just giving it a bit of a squirt of water, trying to get some of the residual mud off of the surface of it, and yeah, a very, very light rub, and look at that. That is an absolutely stunning little 13th century silver hammered penny. It's got the long cross and the 3 pellets, and if you look up here it says, I'm pretty sure that's it's either a William, I think it's William on that one. Here we go, and that's the other side. You can just see the busts there coming through. It's in need of a bit of attention, this one. It's definitely going to need a bit of a clean just to pull up some of the details. But how cool is that? We have been in the field for about half an hour and we've already had one little hammered medieval penny. Definitely 13th century, this one, without a shadow of a doubt. Could be a William the First or a William the Second, something like that. But yeah, absolutely buzzing. I'm so happy about that. And we've only stayed on the same strip, so we've obviously got quite a bit left of the field to do. So let's crack on, guys, and let's see what else comes out. Okay, so for a moment there I honestly thought that I'd found another hammered coin, 2 in a row. Can you imagine how lucky that would have been? But it wasn't to be, unfortunately. It's one of those pewter buttons that I absolutely love. Honestly, this one, faced up with its face facing me, looked just like a hammered coin. And then I turned it over, saw the shank, and I was like, oh, it's just a button. But oh, well, could have been, and it's still a button, so it's still a good find. But yeah, we've just got to keep pushing on. Hopefully we'll get some more, and as soon as they come out, you guys will see it first. Oh, how cool, guys. So I think I've just found a nice cartwheel penny. Now this is obviously in pretty bad condition, likely because it's been in this cultivated land for so long, and the amount of chemicals and stuff they use, fertilisers, not to mention the ground is quite acidic around here. Obviously it's not kept the patina and the detail in this coin very well, but it's most certainly a cartwheel penny, but it's still a really nice find. I'm in the actual second strip now, so I've been detecting sort of the first strip. It took me about an hour and a half to do that, and now I've moved into the second strip. This is my sort of first run up and down, and I've got a wicked cartwheel penny. Ideal. Okay guys, so I've got an absolutely cracking little signal down here. Sounds quite close to the top, but have a listen, see what you think. Now that's coming up at around 78, absolutely beautiful straight diagonal line on the XY screen. Got to be worth a dig, isn't it? Let's give it a go, see what comes out. Okay, so typically it was too good to be true, this target, because it's actually a piece of aluminium can. Oh, no way. Oh well, let's keep going. wow. I've just found another hammered coin, guys. I've literally just picked it up out of the ground now. Oh wow. So it looks like another medieval hammered coin. Now it's potentially another penny. It looks a little bit bigger than the other one, and that's because I think it's got its full flam around the outside. So I'm pretty sure that this is a penny. This is likely to be the actual size a penny should be. Although in the medieval times, obviously all of their coinage, the silver coinage, was actually clipped, because the outer edge, which is known as the flam, is essentially just the sort of casting bit that had no detail on it. It had no writing on or anything like that. So what they used to do was actually cut that bit off, and it literally went right down into the writing sometimes. And of course they would take all of these small bits that they chopped off over time, melt them down, and then make forgery coins from all of those pieces. But obviously that meant that over time the coins themselves became almost unusable, because they were no longer worth the value that in the weight of silver that they were originally denominated. However, this is a truly stunning little coin. It's definitely another silver long cross penny with a lovely full flam. Oh, I tell you what, you can see the head, you can see the details. It's just amazing. That's two hammered coins. Not too far away actually did I find that other hammered coin. So it just goes to show that there are a few around here, but what cracking detail that is. So you're probably wondering why these hammered coins are in this field. It's a good question. Nobody really knows. Are they pocket drops? Are they offerings? Are they just lost in the process of farming? Was there a market site here? Who knows? Who knows? But what we do know is that these coins are so thin and light that you probably wouldn't know if they dropped out of your pocket anyway. So as much as they were trying to save the precious metal by making them thin, they were probably losing them all the time, because they actually hold very little to no weight at all. And one thing I've always wondered in this field is behind me you can see this copse, or at least it looks like a copse. In the inside, and I'll show you in a minute, it doesn't really resemble a normal type of copse. All the actual trees are sort of dotted around the outside of it, and I think it possibly could have been some kind of pond or lake at some stage in history, which means that all around here, maybe it was holding fish. There was people here bringing fish up from local rivers, putting them in the holding pond, and then taking them off into the hall for the masters and all of his guests to eat. It's a bit of a theory. I don't know that for sure, but I'll show you in a minute on the camera and see what you guys think. But in the meantime, second medieval hammered coin in the field today. What a wonderful day. What a great Sunday this is turning out to be. Excellent. Let's keep going. Okay, so as I said to you before, from the outside, this looks like a pretty normal sort of copse. But it's in the middle of the field. It's been here ever since I can remember, bearing in mind that I've had this permission for about 8 or 9 years now, and I've been in here before, and it's quite an interesting little place because it's not your sort of normal average type of copse inside. And if we go in and have a look, oh, there we go. So you can actually see here how it's almost dug out, and most of the trees are actually around the outside of it. So if we go a bit further in, we'll walk down towards the bottom. Now obviously some people have had a bit of a campfire here and they've been hanging out. It's quite a cool place to hang out actually. But yeah, so now we're sort of in the middle. So we're at the base. And if you look
you can see that all around the outside it's quite level, all the way around the outside. And I would say it drops down probably about 4 foot, maybe even 5 foot, something like that. So once you're inside, it just drops down. And of course, the internal, all around here, it's all sloped. So it slopes down here, slopes down here, slopes down here, slopes down here. Yeah, and you can see it sloping down here as well. But yeah, I'm pretty much, I mean, I don't think it's a quarry, but I think this could possibly be like an old pond or a lake. But I've looked at old maps and things like that, and there's been absolutely nothing on there to suggest that this is a pond or a lake. Bearing in mind the earliest map for this area is the Tithe map, so it's the middle of the 1800s, and it just depicts it as a group of trees. So obviously these trees have been here since then, and whatever it was obviously used prior to the middle of the 1800s. But your guess is as good as mine, guys. But I'm pretty much thinking that this is some type of lake, or potentially some sort of pond dug out to hold fish or something like that. We're not too far away from a river, so maybe they're catching them, bringing them up here, keeping them close to the old manor. But yeah, just wanted to show you the inside. Quite an interesting little place, and it might very well be the key to why we're finding the odd sort of hammered coin and the nice knickknacks all the way around the field near this group of trees here. But there you go, what a cool little place. So before some of you say it, because I know it's coming, have you ever detected in there? Well, the answer is yes. Yes, I have detected in there. But I didn't find much. I mean, what I did find was an absolute abundance of modern trash. So things like bottle tops and tin cans and stuff like that. And that's obviously where people have been using it quite recently. But with regards to anything else, I haven't found anything else in there. Maybe if it's a rainy day, I'll go back in there and maybe persist and see if I can get anything. But I think for now, with the luck that we've had today, we'll crack on with this field and see what else comes up. Okay, so for a moment there I did actually think I had another coin, but it would have been too good, wouldn't it, to have 3 hammers in one. But instead I've actually found quite a nice sort of gold gilded button. So the shank's still intact on the back, and you can see all the nice gold gilding on the inside. Now I can't tell if there's any writing on this one yet, but it's quite a sort of typical 1700s, so 18th century button, this one, I would suggest. Would have been quite decorative, quite ornate at some point. Nothing at all on the front, which was again quite typical because the front would take most of the damage of the button. So they kept all the nice decoration and the maker's mark around the back where it couldn't get damaged. But yeah, there's that one, guys. A lovely 1700s gold gilded button. Okay, so I was wondering when these things might turn up, and it's a big old musket ball. I remember a few years ago when I did this field there was quite a fair few of these in here, but I haven't actually found any today apart from this one, and now it's the end of the day. So what a fantastic day's metal detecting. It's just been a glorious day. The sky has been blue, hardly any wind, nice and warm. The birds have been singing, just total perfect, you know, you couldn't wish for any more. And then to top it off, we've had a couple of really nice silver medieval pennies.
Can't wait to get home and research them, find out a little bit more about them, what type they are, which Edward they are. But yeah, you can't really ask for anything more than that, can you? So that leaves me to say thank you very much for watching my videos, as always. As I said at the start of the video, there are plenty more to come, so I'm going to try and upload every single week when I go out on a Sunday, and that means they'll be on this channel ready for you to view midweek, something like that. So if you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to put a thumbs up as well. That just means that I'll know that you think it's a good permission to come back to. And until the next time, guys, happy hunting, see you again soon.